I'm so sorry I'm late. That it's I just got off a flight from Israel, so I'm a little jet lagged, but we're getting there.
Girl, I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon.
Yeah, this is Sheldon, but not Sheldon Riley as we know him today.
Right in the thick of love. At times we get sick of love.
His name is Sheldon Hernandez, and here he is auditioning for the 8th edition of the X Factor Australia. This is where his dream begins, to be a singer. And another dream he has is to go to Eurovision representing his country, Australia. You've said a numerous times that doing Eurovision was one of your biggest dreams. How do you feel knowing that you're achieving this dream?
I'm ecstatic. I mean, did you ever have a dream when you were a kid? I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a zookeeper. I want to be something crazy. Since the day I can remember, I've wanted Eurovision for so long. It's meant everything to me. It's kind of the thing that it was the contest and the idea that gave me hope every day when I would perform in Australia for so many people who didn't understand me. Australia is, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm the vision of Australian music, but I always gave it my best shot, and I always just continued to stay true to who I was. And Eurovision was always that little glimmer of hope that said there will be an audience one day who will really love what you do, and they'll understand. You won't have to explain yourself. And now I'm doing it, and I wake up grateful every morning. I don't want it to ever end.
You're an Euro fan, and we all know that. When was the first time that you watched the contest?
I would say the first time properly watching was when Conchita competed. I remember watching commercials about her, and I just wanted to know everything about who she was. Why does she have a beard? Why is she singing? Why is this song so amazing? And after that, I mean, coming from a pretty religious and reserved family, Eurovision wasn't always the most accessible thing for me. So when it did and it became accessible to me, I was watching at my grandparents' house, and they were like, "This is the Eurovision Song Contest." And ever since then, I've just wanted to be part of it. I wanted to be a part of the history of just amazing creative people.
Many artists have passed through Eurovision, but few have been able to influence and make a difference like Conchita. So I assume that with Conchita you have that click moment when you said, okay, I want to do this, I want to go to Eurovision.
Yeah, well, I tell everybody, I mean, I have new favorite songs though. Like, I love Rise Like a Phoenix, but I have Conchita was, I tell everyone, she was the artist who changed my life. It was the moment I realized there is hope for people who feel and think the way I do. I've never really fit in the genre of what we play here. So watching Eurovision every year, I knew I love my country so much, but I also wanted to represent a different style. So when I saw Conchita, I was like, yes, there is a place for us to be who we are, and not have to change for the records or the change for the people here. I can just be myself. And then I believe it was 2015 that Australia announced their involvement.
Hello, bonjour, guten tag. I'm Julia Zamiro, and I've got some very exciting news to share with you. This year at the Eurovision Song Contest in Vienna, Australia will be competing in the grand final.
And I remember crying, just going, oh my gosh, yeah, I could do it. I mean, it was such a far distant dream, but actually kind of crazy thinking about it, because getting kind of crazy thinking about it now, because I do remember saying, oh my gosh, I can compete, like Australia can do it, and now I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what's your favorite song of Eurovision all time?
Voila by Barbara Pravi from France. I am obsessed with her. what a masterpiece. Yeah, there's a difference between a song and just a masterpiece, and it's not just the song, it's her vision, it's such a strong stance for what she believes in and what she believes music should be for her. So I'm really inspired by that.
Talking about favorite songs, what's your favorite Australia song in Eurovision?
Darby M, Sound of Silence. That song really changed the nation here in Australia. I think there's a lot of talk worldwide of why is Australia in the competition. I think Darby was the first person to make people shut up and go, okay, they belong here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was one of them, I have to tell you.
Oh,
I was like, okay, we need Australia there.
Yeah.
Talking about Australia Decide.
Eurovision is the stage where you can be who you want to be.
Wow! How amazing is that?
What an incredible performance, beautiful.
Take your time, but I'm still waiting for you.
I am Sheldon Riley, and I'm so excited to finally announce that I'll be competing in Eurovision Australia Decides in 2022.
And here he is, Sheldon Riley, fighting to achieve his dream, to represent Australia, his country, in Eurovision with the song Not the Same, composed by himself. Voice, lyrics, concept and staging. This country has it all. And you know what they say? Work hard and your dreams will come true.
That means our winner of Eurovision Australia Decides is Sheldon Riley! So tight, so close. Congratulations to Sheldon Riley.
An extraordinary competition we have had tonight. What a wonderful selection of artists we've had. Look, he's so happy.
Sheldon Riley will be representing Australia at Eurovision
When
2022.
did you have that moment when you said, okay, this is the year, I want to do this, and why did you choose Not the Same?
Yeah, I mean, because I've wanted to do it for so long, and now that the national final is a part of the Australian selection, I knew it was step one. So I knew I had to do it, and I had to get there to get to Eurovision. So, I mean, that probably answers that, but Not the Same. It wasn't supposed to be the Eurovision song. I had another song in mind, but after thinking about it, I think because I've wanted it for so long, I was writing a song for the competition, which was my biggest mistake. And when I heard the song back, I'm like, it's because I have so much knowledge on the contest, I created something that was just too textbook Eurovision. I mean, Eurovision doesn't have a genre, but this song felt like if it was a genre, it would be Eurovision. And when I had Not the Same as an option, it was the most authentic. It was the least Eurovision. It was the most truth-telling to what I was going through in the past, but also now in the future. So, it was just the right choice for me.
Can you please explain the meaning of Not the Same?
Not the Same is not I want to accept myself for who I am. It's I won't allow other people to tell me who I'm going to become. I don't come from a lot of money. I don't come from a lot of anything, actually. All I've really had is myself and my family. And I was told for a very long time that I wasn't going to be able to achieve a lot because I didn't come from very much. And then also told I wasn't going to speak or talk or communicate because of mental health or autism and different things that set me back, things that people told me that were going to affect me my whole life. And as I grew into myself, realizing I'm completely fine just the way that I am, I realized I don't need to talk about acceptance anymore. I need to start talking about other people changing their ways, telling other people that you can't define who I am based off a label or based off of my financial status, based off the color of my skin, my race, my gender, my whatever it is. And I wanted to create a song that that spoke that, because when you come from nothing, you have nothing to lose. So I was just like, I'm ready. And in the bridge, I tell people, I sing, I never want to be the kind of person who can't work it for those ones who cannot word it, because there are so many people who don't know what they're capable of. I mean, I'm from a country who only sends through record label artists to Eurovision, and I'm completely independent, come from nothing, and now I'm representing Australia. If that is not, if that's possible, anything's possible. I've worked my ass off to get here, but nothing could hold me back. And I'm not the same as everybody else, but I'm still getting the opportunities that other people are sometimes handed. And I wanted that to be a part of my Eurovision journey. So that's why the song was so important to me.
A lot of people are understanding your song as the typical song talking about sexuality or gender. And I think that the song is deeper than that.
I mean, take of the song what you will. Everyone has their own thing. I mean, I've had a lot of people in the LGBT community come to me and say, thank you for the song. And I say, well, you're welcome. I mean, it is what you make of it. I mean, at the end of the day, I am a gay man. I guess there is parts of that in the song that you can hear, because I guess it's something that does separate me from the rest. But for me, it was more so written about just the way I grew up, and that's all it was. But at the same time, if someone wants to take the song as an anthem, then go for it. I think I'm not going to choose how people receive my song. So, and if you listen to it, I'm grateful.
Yeah. And you normally give the same attentions to the voice, staging, performance. Can you, and fashion, of course, can you explain the meaning of the masks?
The masks were kind of this beautiful distraction. I remember a few years back, I was on The Voice and they said, would you like to wear this mask? It's by House of Emmanuel. It's made of complete Swarovski crystal. It completely covers your face. And I really haven't loved myself for a very long time. I've always really hated the way that I look. I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. So when I was offered this mask, I was so happy, because I kind of, I've always wanted to be a performer. I've always wanted to sing for people, but I knew that came with having to show my face and having to be in front of cameras. And I think that was something that set me back for a long time, because I really, really hated who I was. And the masks kind of became a beautiful distraction, this thing that was so beautiful, and I could do what I wanted to do without having to show what I was most insecure about. And I think over time, I've learned to really love myself, because I only have one life and I can't change. And I'm perfect the way that I am. Like, it doesn't matter what other people think of me or anything. So I think after doing the mask for 4 years, hiding for a very long time, I now have control of it. And that's why I like to take it off in the song, because it's been a very long time of what's my next mask? What am I going to make next that's going to cover my face? Or I look horrible today, I need to cover it. And I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be that person that promotes the idea of hiding because you hate who you are. That's not something I want to wish upon anybody, because I mean, it's exhausting. So I mean, I'm not quite there yet. I still have moments where I look at myself and go, like, damn, I wish I looked like him, or I wish I had more things like that. And that's hard, but I mean, I control the mask now. I can take it off when I want, because it's me.
That is so good to hear, and I'm really glad that you are in this place right now. I know that Lady Gaga is one of your fashion references, and the first time when I have to tell you this, the first time I saw your picture that you were participating in Australia Decides, you had that white picture with the glasses on.
The photo you're speaking of, you took at the medal one, the one that I was
yeah.
So that was made by an artist named Lance Victor Moore, who I reached out to on Instagram, who still is making Lady Gaga's masks at the moment. And mask was made with Lady Gaga in mind for the VMA performances. And when I messaged him, I said, I absolutely love what you do. I love the mask that you're doing for Gaga. And he said, well, this one was a part of the collection of what I was making at the time. And I currently own a Lance Victor Moore. That's the one that I own. It's the Lady Gaga mask. Cool. Well, I mean, as much as I, want to take the mask off now, the mask has opened a lot of opportunities for me. I've worked with some really incredible artists who think very like-minded to myself, people who want to just create artwork rather than just pieces of fashion.
And talking about the masks, do you think that Europe will understand the concept?
That's okay. And if we start diving into, if we have to understand everything that happens in Eurovision, then we've got a problem. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
The song was never about seeing my face. It's about understanding a story and creating a fashion moment, something I've always wanted to do for a very long time. So, I mean, if people think I'm disconnected, then that's completely fine. But for me, I've never felt more connected to an audience than when I sing that song in that mask. So, well, because it is such an emotional song and because it is a ballad, a lot of people want to see my eyes. They want to connect, but it was never my intention. I wanted people to listen. I wanted people to hear the song, not just see it. And I mean, I've done this for a very long time, but I also don't expect everyone to know who I am by any means. I'm not famous or anything. So I understand this is the first time people will see it, but I mean, hopefully it gives an opportunity for someone else to come in the following years and to do something similar, and people won't have such a problem with it.
This is so nice for you to say.
SBS has been broadcasting Eurovision since 1983. Australians love the contest. The first time they competed was in 2015 with Guy Sebastian and the song Tonight Again.
Oh, baby, tonight's so good. Tonight's so good.
Their best result was in 2016, where they got the second place. Between their 6 participations, they have achieved 4 top 10 and only miss out the grand final in 2021. Australia has provided us with performances and moments that will go down in the history of the contest.
Have you talked to your predecessors about doing Eurovision?
Of course. I mean, I know Guy. I've done a fair few reality shows where he was the judge. I have a beautiful friendship with Dami Him now. We actually sung together on New Year's, which was really fun. Kate Miller Heike's been amazing. Montaigne's gorgeous. I mean, yeah, I do. They have all, the ones that I've spoken to have given me some really beautiful advice that I've definitely taken on board. I think a lot of people in Australia think, oh, it's just Eurovision. You do the contest, you compete, you come home. And they don't realize how big it really is. I mean, even doing these pre-parties, Eurovision is huge, 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 huge overseas. But for everybody, everyone knows where in Australia, we've got a really, really big following of Eurovision here, but it's not mainstream yet. Not everybody understands it here. So, yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done, which is why the advice from other artists has been really good.
We are like 1 month.
Yeah, I mean, it's very soon.
Right there.
Very soon. I just had to come back from the pre-parties early. I didn't get to do Amsterdam or Madrid because we didn't have time to get everything ready. But I'm ecstatic. There's just a lot of work to be done. Just wait till you see the staging and the outfit and the crown and the mask, and you'll go, oh, okay, that's why he had to come early.
Yeah. And what can we expect about the staging, about your performance in Turin?
Well,
what can you tell us?
I can't much away, but it's going to be massive. I mean, my national finals performance was pretty big. but this one's going to be huge. Expect a new outfit, a new mask, new staging, new concepts. I really can't say too much, but it's huge. It's the reason why I had to come back home to Australia, because there is so much work to do.
I cannot wait to see you in Italy, and I wish you all the luck to Eurovision. Okay, you will do fine. You'll see.
I was hopefully. Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Eurovision 2022 will be held in Turin, Italy on the 10th, 12th and 14th of May. Australia will perform in the second semi-final Thursday 12th with Not the Same. Will Sheldon manage to take his country to the grand final again? Will he had another top 10 finish for Australia? Or will he finally achieve Australia's first Eurovision victory? He has everything it takes to do well in the contest: voice, song and staging. But most of all, personality, dedication, and he is an hard worker. I wish you all the luck in the world, Sheldon.